Hi guys. Sorry about that rough intro. I was trying to get it connected. It's Julia. Pretty soon I can see some fans are joining, so you guys already know we're going to be joined by Jack Gilinsky. So if you have any questions for him that you didn't already hit us with, be sure to you guys will comment them. We'll be able to ask him. How's everybody doing today? Hi Kelly, you're a fan. Hi to Brazil. Chicago gang. Oh, if I didn't introduce myself, I'm sorry. My name is Julia. I do afternoons here on B96, and I'm going to be interviewing Jack in just a little bit. He should be joining us any minute. So if you have any questions for him, be sure to hit us with them below, or just check in, say hi, and let us know how your day's going. Hi, Victoria. All right, so he should be joining us here any second. What's everybody binging this week? Because Tiger King's done. Was everybody watching? All right, we should have Jack joining us any second here. If you're just joining the live, my name's Julia. I do afternoons on B96, and pretty soon we're going to be joined by Jack Gilinsky. We're going to interview him. We're going to talk to him about his new music. He's going to play us a song. It should be really good. Oh, Outer Banks, I heard about that. Do you guys like that? I haven't watched it yet. Grace, just because that is the weirdest question I have seen come through, I'm going to ask him with that first. No, he should be joining us any second. We're going to be joined by Jack Gilinsky. Oh, he's in. All right, let me get him added to this. Hello.
How goes it? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very well.
So I was talking to your fans while we were waiting for you to join, and I'm going to ask the weirdest question they threw in here first. Grace wants to know what toothpaste you use.
What toothpaste? Hold on one sec. I'll just grab it real quick.
Here you go, Grace. We're right by
Alright,
the bathroom, so it works.
Honestly, this is pretty unlike me, but right now I'm using a miniature airport-sized Crest Pro Health. So
Is your supply running low here?
No. The thing is, I didn't expect to be in Nebraska for over a month. So I brought my tube, and it was like half full, like a regular size tube, you know? And I finished it because I brushed my teeth like 3 times a day. And then, yeah, so I had to ask my dad. I was like, do you have any extra? And he's like, I have a bunch of these airport ones that I always keep with me, like if I get them at hotels or on planes and stuff. I was like, all right, I guess I'm just going to use the airport size one. So that's what I use, Grace.
I am dying at the people commenting below right now. They're like, no way, I use Crest too.
I mean, yeah, that's probably a top 5 brand in America at least.
Yeah. Well, hey, congrats on My Love. I love that song. It's so good.
Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. I really hope you enjoy it.
I did. The Don Toliver feature is so sick.
He's the dopest, man. I'm so glad he's on the song.
I have to ask you a question about the video. You're under the sheets a lot, right? Did
Yes.
the videographer have to get under there with you and like awkwardly film under a sheet like
No, so the craziest part is I am the videographer.
Oh.
I filmed it. So I was under there and I felt like an idiot because I was just like sitting under there, you know, alone.
Like vibing to yourself.
Yeah. And like a couple times, I've told this story before, but a couple times my mom would walk in. And like one time I heard her open the door and she was like about to say something and then she just kind of slowly closed the door. But then another time she actually was like, what are you doing? And I was like, just don't ask. I'll show you in like a week. Let me just do my thing real quick.
She's so concerned. She's like, are you okay?
She was definitely concerned for about a week. She was like, what? I mean, he must be doing something. And then I showed him the video and she was like, okay, I understand the sheets.
Glow Galinsky asked, what was your favorite part of the music video?
Like, okay, I guess you're not her, so I have a question about the question. Is it my favorite part to film or my favorite part, like, visually, like
We're
watching?
gonna want both.
Okay, so my favorite part to film was definitely just like the dancing outside, like in my backyard by some pine trees, because I was with my buddy Josh, and like that was like we just had a lot of fun with that, and I was just messing around. But my favorite part, like I guess visually, is probably with the lights, because I'm really proud of myself because I rigged up all these like blue and red lights, and it was kind of like super makeshift, but
It was
it
cool
ended
to
up
see it come
looking.
to life.
Yeah, exactly. It's like really cool. Like, we just did it all in quarantine, and we were just, we didn't know what was going to happen. And so I'm glad. I'm glad it all came together.
I just watched the video blindly, like not really knowing what the situation was, and it didn't. If this makes you feel better, this is a total compliment. It didn't seem like a quarantine music video. Like it had its own
Really?
vibe to it, and it fit the song really well. So
Okay,
if
well,
you would have
thank
told
you.
me that you planned for that to look like that in January, I would have believed you.
Well, thank you very much. I guess I just hold my standards so high. So I always want to impress everybody, but I'm really looking forward to making like a legitimate video at some point. But I'm glad that it looks legit.
Yeah, no, the vibe like fits the song. It's got like kind of like, I mean, there is like lightness to it, like with the sheets, but it's got like
Yeah,
that dark, clubby, like undertone that reminds me of like your feature and kind of the vibe you're
exactly.
going for.
That's exactly what we were going for, because Don Tolliver, he's so hard. Like, how could the video
Yeah.
not be dark and hard, you know?
Yeah, so I was curious before hearing it, like what it was going to sound like, because there's certain artists I feel like when they go on their solo endeavors, that before I hear that first single, I'm like, okay, how's this going to be? And there's certain artists that I'm like, oh, this is their vibe. This is what they put on in their AirPods. This is the type of music they like. And I got that from you. I was like, oh, this is who he is.
Yes, that's what I needed. I needed to hear that, and that's what I want people to think, because that's exactly how I would explain my love. When people ask me, why did you go with that one first? It's because, just like you said, that's the type of music that I listen to. That's the type of music that I would play for my friends, and so that's what I wanted to release first, you know?
Yeah. I was really excited to hear that. Was it kind of hard to figure out sonically what you wanted, or did you always kind of know?
I never know, and I still don't know. I feel like everything that you do, you just have to be confident and be behind it 100%, because it's out in the world, and that's how people find out about you and what you're all about. And so sonically, I'm still kind of finding myself, but I feel like that really comes into play when you start producing like an album, because you want it to sound kind of like, it all fits together sonically. And so I'm working on that for sure. And I'm trying to establish like a vibe, but all of my music is it's like all over the place, to be honest. And there's like some really poppy stuff, and there's really like some My Love stuff, some urban, harder stuff. And so I don't know. I'm still figuring it out for sure.
I think that first body of work when you first go solo is always kind of that way. Like, and you have to give yourself room to experiment, because if you go just down one lane and then you completely shift it the next album because that's how you're evolving, it's going to feel so foreign to you and your fans. So you might as well make a variety.
Yeah, that's it. I agree with you. I think as the first album as a solo artist, I feel like I have some freedom to kind of find my sound. And then the sophomore album is when everyone expects like some golden stuff, So I'm trying to give them to it first, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, without giving too much away, because I know there's only so much you can say, like, what are you most excited for?
I think what I'm most excited for, and this is kind of like an overall thing, is just like performing and like being out in public on my own, and like, being on the red carpet alone and stuff like that. Like, I don't know why. Like, I loved obviously being in all those places with Jack J, and we had so much fun, and it was so cool the fact that, I could do that with my best friend. But I think it's just going to feel like very new to be out there alone, and to, like, I don't know, even like I've done like a couple photo shoots since I've been alone, and like, it's just like a totally different vibe, It's like thinking about how people are going to see this photo and how I'm going to resonate with them. And so I don't know. It's like it's just all very exciting. Every aspect of it. I wouldn't say there's one specific thing that I'm looking forward to doing alone, but it's just kind of the whole idea of being my own artist,
Well, and I think what people don't realize from the outside when you're building a career as an artist is it's more than just creating music, because you have to create a brand for yourself visually.
Yeah.
So it's like creating the aesthetics of like your record imaging and stuff like that. Have you gotten into that at all? Or like how Do you like being in creative control that way? And what kind of things are you learning?
Yeah, I do. I view myself as like a co-pilot, and like that was a really important part of the puzzle or piece of the puzzle to find before we kind of launched everything. Not like everything is going to coincide perfectly, but I want to give off an overall vibe that kind of fits no matter where you see me. You know, like if it's a brand deal, I want it to be genuine, and if it's on me on guitar, it's a song that I like to sing. And so I completely just forgot what I was saying, but wait, will you ask your question again? I'm sorry, I totally just got sidetracked.
No, you're fine. I said, how do you like being in creative control, and like what kind of things are you learning, like by creating
Okay.
visuals and stuff?
Yeah. So I like take, like I said, a co-pilot like vibe. That's like I want to always be honest with how I'm feeling, but sometimes like I'm so indecisive that I need someone to kind of put options in front of me, and then I can
Yeah.
make a decision. And so that's how I view like my creative director, Diane. She's good at kind of like establishing a lane, and then she's like, what do you like of these things? And I'm like, no, I like this one or this one, you know, and she can kind of run off that and, you know, tell the stylist like, hey, send him this kind of stuff or send him this kind of stuff. And so I think it's really important, like as far as even just like posting Instagrams, like I want to make sure that I'm, you know, looking like consistent. You know, I just want to look like, you know, I know what I'm doing, and I'm not like a bum, because a lot of times I do dress like a complete bum. But I'm trying to like get out of that a little bit more so I can, you know, get the attention of some of these fashion magazines and whatnot that I want to be on.
Yeah, for sure. I saw somebody else ask this below, which I think is funny, and it was going with the question that a fan asked earlier. They want to know what cologne you wear.
Oh, okay. I actually don't wear cologne ever, and I don't know why. I guess it's kind of because like I really don't go anywhere where I'm like, you know, because you wear cologne because you want to feel like,
Yeah,
"Ooh, I
yeah.
smell good, I feel sexy." So like I don't know, like I haven't, of course in quarantine, like I'm not wearing cologne, you know.
No,
And
it's a waste of money.
my mom has such a sensitive nose. She gets such bad headaches like if any of us wear perfume or cologne. And so she'll be like, yo, she'll be, you know, upset. She'll be like, why, you know that bothers me. And so at home I never do. I guess my first cologne ever was Fierce by Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yes. Do you know they make a candle in that now?
Do they?
Yes, Abercrombie sells candles in the Fear scent. And then Bath and Body Works makes a candle that smells like that. It's called mahogany teakwood.
Okay, I'm like kind of, I don't know, I haven't smelled that smell in so long, but
It's a
anytime I
good
do,
smell.
it takes me back to like my first movie date with a girl in 7th grade, and I remember I sprayed that like all over me. But now I don't even wear cologne. And then after that, I graduated to this stuff called Curve, I think. Curve?
Oh, Her for Men is so good. I
Yeah,
used to
I
buy
thought
that
that
for my
was really
brothers,
good.
and I'm like, here, you'll find a woman this way.
I know smells can really, you know, sway opinions. So I don't
They
know. I
can.
gotta start wearing it a little bit more.
All right, then one last question from below, just because it's another weird one. Somebody goes, tell us about your eyebrows.
Okay. Well, I was born
Do
with
you have an
them.
eyebrow routine?
I don't have an eyebrow routine, but if you notice, like I touch them all the time. I go like this, like all the time. I can pull out like 50, like I don't know if you can see that. I can pull out like a shit ton all the time, like all the time. There's like always stuff coming out of my eyes. But sorry, I'm getting sidetracked.
You're
I don't
fine.
know. I don't really take care of them. I got them threaded once, and that was like so painful. So I haven't done it since, and that was 2017. So that's the only time I've ever done anything. I've never gotten them waxed, but I plucked the middle, you know, because like I feel like I could
I
probably
was gonna
grow.
say they look good. They're clean, they're
Thank
shapely.
you. I mean, they're a little dirty, but you know, it is what it is, and
It's
like you know,
quarantine.
it's quarantine. You know, I can't be judged too hard on myself, and so I don't know. You know, they are what they are, but I think I got them from my dad.
All right. I hear you're gonna play us a song.
Oh yeah, do you want me to?
Yeah, I'd love that. Does
Okay,
everybody
yeah,
else
I'll
want to
play.
hear him play a song? I mean,
Do they want to hear me play? I guess if they want
yeah.
me to, for sure. Okay, let me grab the guitar. I can play some My Love. Okay. What do you? Was that a drink?
Yeah, it's just seltzer water.
Seltzer water. Okay. Do you prefer that over regular water?
I have to be if I'm in the mood for like carbonation. You know what I mean?
Okay, I feel you. I feel you. Like my sister literally only drinks carbonated water, and I'm like, does that even hydrate you? I don't even know.
No.
It doesn't.
Like I have to drink the regular water, but I don't know. I think it like wakes me up a little bit.
Okay, maybe I'll try some. Maybe I needed some before this. All right, let's see what I
You're
got.
fine.
Okay, here we go. This is My Love. Not officially, but just like kind of officially acoustic.
Okay.
Here we go. If I gotta speak right, even if we're on a break, you're still mine. You know I'm still yours. Long as we don't go and crash that one line. Said you got a new man, but I know it's all me you're missing, and that body don't lie. I'll be over there in a minute. Don't let too many nights go by before you try to make this right. Don't make me find someone who knows how to do the things you do. My love, my love, my love. Tell me what you're trying to do with my love, my love, my love. Show me you don't wanna lose it. Don't make me find someone who knows how to do the little things you do with my love, my love, my love, my love, my love.
Yay!
I love the cat.
Ludacris loved it.
Ludicrous. That's hard. Is it named after the rapper or like the feeling or what is that?
The feeling. No,
Okay.
yeah, he is named after the rapper. I
Okay,
couldn't
I
figure
like
out
that.
a name for him for a while, and I just was like, this fits you.
Well, he's beautiful. He's one of those like I feel like exotic cats with that nice puffy straight hair.
He's a ragdoll.
I love it. My dad's allergic to cats, so I could never actually have a cat, but we just always had dogs.
Oh, do you have a dog now?
I do have a dog, this little dog that me and Jack J actually bought together in 2016, in May of 2016. So he's almost 4. His name's Cub, but we couldn't really take care of him. It was a huge responsibility, and we weren't ready for that when we were 18. So we sent him home to Nebraska, and he lives here at my parents' house. So whenever I'm home, I get to hang with Cub.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. Well, I'll end with one last listener question because it fits what you just did. Is how are you feeling after the song came out?
Oh
Because I
my
know
God.
there's probably a lot of nerves and anticipation before you did.
There still are nerves. Like even when I play like, an acoustic version. Hey buddy, come here. Come here.
Oh, you heard
Sorry.
his name.
Come here. Hey buddy. He's been making some appearances lately.
Oh,
yeah,
hello.
This little Cubby, he doesn't probably want to be in here too bad.
They
Sorry.
never like to look at the camera.
Yeah, they don't really know, that there's like another person in the screen. They're just like, what is this object? Wait, but what did you ask me? I feel like it was a good question.
Yeah, how do you feel after the song came out?
Oh, yeah, that actually is a very good question. I was very nervous, still am nervous, like all the time, but that's just my anxiety. But also I was extremely excited. Like when I saw, like I posted this video on my Instagram, and you never know how many like loops or views or likes anything's gonna get. And I swear I'm always the worst at like predicting that. I'm like, oh, This is gonna do well, and then it does really bad, or this is not gonna do well, and then it does really good. And so I didn't know what to expect when I posted a clip of like my music video to tell everyone that it's out, and it actually did really well. And like people are commenting such nice things on it, and I actually saw like some Don Toliver fan pages with like comments on it from like 25-year-old men, and they're like, who is this kid? Like, this song's really cool. Like, I hope no one finds this. Yeah, and I was like, yo, that's exactly what I want. I want to introduce myself to a whole new demographic of people while maintaining the same demographic that I have as fans. And so
that's a beauty in features.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm really looking forward to climbing the charts and trying to collaborate with more like top 40 artists and
I'm
just
sure
make amazing
you've been
music.
asked this, but I personally want to know is like who do you want to collab with?
Someone, okay, like just the first name that came to my mind, like Khalid. He's a guy that we met back in probably 16, right around the time that we got this dog. And he like was just fresh out to LA, and he was like, yeah, man, I just came out with this song. And he played us Location. We were at our house party. We used to throw parties all the time. And he was there, and he came to Johnson's room, and he was like, let me play this for you. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear it. I don't know who you are, but this is sick. And he played us Location, and then like 3 months later, it was like massive, you know,
Yeah.
huge, obviously. And now, of course, 4 years later, he's like one of the biggest streaming artists in our generation. So he would be someone that I would love to collaborate with. And I feel like there's an authentic story there because we met, you know, before either of us really did anything.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And he seems like a really nice guy.
Is there any producers that are kind of on your list, like a Zed or a Marshmallow or anybody along that line?
I mean, you just nailed two of them right there. Zed and Marshmallow would be so sick. I've seen those guys like a couple times just at house parties and stuff in LA, and they're like the chillest dudes. And there's like, I love when someone is so successful but still just maintains like a cool, calm, and collected vibe, and you know, isn't too egotistical or anything like that. So I would love to collaborate with those guys. Any DJ, I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to make like a massive smash pop song, you know, with like one of those DJs that you hear all over the place.
Well, Marshmallow, I think, tweeted like a week or two ago, who should I collab with next? Just hit him with a bunch of me.
Yo, I gotta get my fans on that. Like, tell him me. Get him. You know,
Everybody in there, go find that Marshmallow tweet. It's not that hard. It's right. It should be right up at the top.
Please do that. I would love a Marshmallow feature. I think we actually have the same lawyer, which is probably a connect that I could use. But I'm not trying to use any of that back end stuff. I want every collaboration that I have to come like naturally, you know?
Yeah, well, you got a great fan base, and I think we got nothing but time right now, so they might as well lobby for you.
It's true. It's true. If they can help me out, I would love that.
All right, you're all hearing it.
There you go.
All right. Thank you so much, Jack, for talking to us today.
Thanks so much for having me, and thank you to all of B96. I feel like they've always showed me and Jack J so much love, and I can't wait to maybe receive some love on my own stuff too. But I really appreciate you having me on here.
Yeah, for sure. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Stay safe. Stay healthy.
You too. Bye.